Today's project is based on the 7 elements of art. The elements of art are like the ingredients in a recipe. Sometimes artwork may only require the element of line and maybe color. Some pieces of artwork might not even have color. A good artist will know how to use these elements in their artwork. Today, our project is based on the element of line. In today's project, we will be able to practice drawing lines. With practice, we're able to control our medium and create nice lines for our artwork. This is what our project will look like when it's all finished. The goal of this project is for you to create different types of lines and also to build that muscle memory in your hands so that it knows how to move when you are drawing different types of lines. Here are the materials you need for today's project. The first thing that we need to do is to create our hexagon shape so that we can use it to trace. I won't need the whole piece of scratch paper, so I'm cutting it in half and then folding it in quarters, and then I should just have 1/8 of the piece of paper. Now I'm cutting my small piece of paper into a square. I'm just eyeballing it. Now taking my pencil, I mark at the edge of the square where the midpoint is. And I'm, again, eyeballing it, so don't worry if it's not perfect. Half of where the edge is. I'm making my midpoint. I'm going to split half of that, again, finding the midpoint for that half. So pretty much making quarter marks on the edge. Again, we are just eyeballing this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm making quarter marks on the edges. Now I'm going to draw the edges of my hexagon. From a quarter mark, I go to the center mark. From that center mark there, I'm going to the quarter mark at the bottom. And you're going to do that on the other side too. Now you should have the shape of a hexagon. And if this doesn't work, it's not a nice hexagon, you can try it with the other pieces of paper that you have. Here I'm cutting off the sides. And what I'm noticing here is my hexagon is too stretched out. So I'll just cut parts of to the edges to make it a better hexagon. And you can decide what the hexagon looks like. If this is not good, just take another piece of paper and try it again. Now that I'm happy with my hexagon, I'm going to use it to trace on my white paper. I'm starting my first hexagon at the bottom, going off the edge. Slowly and carefully, I trace the edges of my first hexagon. Now I'm going to repeat this step by tracing more hexagons on my paper. Notice how my hexagon isn't right next to the one that I did previously. Give a little space in between each hexagon, but make sure they are aligned, meaning that one edge of a hexagon should be parallel with the other hexagon. The number of hexagons you have on your page will depend on how far you place them apart. The more hexagons you have, the more designs that you can have on your project. Now I'm going to take a black marker to outline all of my hexagons. You can outline all your hexagons now or do it one at a time as you go. You are using a marker now, so make sure to go slowly to create nice smooth lines. If you notice, I'm not moving my wrist all that much. And if I need to turn my paper to make it easier for myself, I do so. Now I can go in and start making my line designs. You can use any type of design that you want. You can make it up, or I will leave you an example of different types of designs that you can do. Again, be careful not to go so fast because you are using a marker and you can't erase your mistakes. So I will continue outlining my hexagons and designing different types of patterns within them. At the end of the video, I will leave you a sample page of what different designs are, and you can use that. Or, of course, you can make your own designs if you want. If you notice, I'm drawing all of my designs in marker. But if you feel more comfortable using a pencil and then outlining them later, you are more than welcome to do that also. If your hands are feeling fatigued, go ahead and stop, stretch it a little bit, and continue your work. At the end, you have the option to color some of your designs if you wish. After you're done, make sure to keep your artwork in a safe place, maybe in a folder just for art projects. Have fun and see you next week for another cool project.